I think what happened was I had a vague memory as a child, and I mean a little child, of being taken along the riverside in Fulham, where I lived, by my grandfather, and he pointed out the plants that were growing, the weeds basically, and I was sort of taken by that. I remember that as an early memory of him doing that, and then when I lived in Fulham, where we didn't have a back garden or anything. We lived at the back of a shop basically, which my parents run. And then we moved to Roehampton, which is near Richmond Park and places like that. And the first time when I was 7, we had a back garden. So I used to go out in the back garden, like all boys, and dig holes in it. And as time went on, I got interested in planting things. So I started planting things. And when I went to my secondary modern school, they had a gardening class, which is most unusual in London. And I joined the gardening class, and really from there it took off. And I thought, this is what I want to do. I want to be a gardener. I like gardening as a private individual rather than as a working garden, if you like. Was that I used to like growing fruit and vegetables and stuff because you can eat them, and so it's such a pleasure to put something in the ground and then eventually you dig it up or you pick it and you eat it or you cook it, and that's fine. But of course, I didn't choose that as a profession. I actually went into amenity gardening, which is like football and herbaceous borders and that sort of thing. But nevertheless, the pleasure I got out of that is plants. The more you read about them or study them or work with them, they're so fascinating. They just sit there. They don't seem to do anything. But if you read about them, they're absolutely fascinating. Like some of the stories I told you about, you can use them for herbal reasons and so on.